Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation which forms part of our Focus Week in March 2022. This presentation will be looking at using appropriate resources to support your assignment writing. This presentation is geared towards FE but can be used for HE and adult courses. The content of this presentation includes the resources available at Newcastle College, terminology and command words, finding appropriate resources, Harvard referencing, looking at the credibility of sources, critiquing sources, fake news and interpreting sources. This presentation has been created by the library team at Newcastle College. The library at the college provides a range of services which aims to support your studies and overall personal development and well-being. The library has a wide variety of resources for you to use, such as academic resources like e-books, print books and journals, as well as fiction and books to support your mental health. Study guides and textbooks are available for all courses. Every course studied at the college is different. Some are more practical, while some are more theory-based. There are some things all courses have in common, and that is how you produce your work. You may have to write reports or assignments, give presentations, do some research and reference any information you have used. Here are some examples of assignments or tasks for courses studied in further education here at the college. Here are some important terminology or keywords to know. You may not have heard of some of them before, but you may encounter them during your course. Words like academic writing, dissertation you may encounter during higher education, but it's good to have a knowledge of what these words mean in case you come across them during your time here. Here is a list of command words that often begin questions or tasks. You may have already seen some of them during your assignments this year. It is good to have an understanding of what the word means so you know what the question or task is asking you. So for example, the word describe is asking you to give a list or some points on a certain topic or feature, and the word explain is looking for you to give some reasons to say why something is the way it is. Here are some examples of assignments and tasks for courses studied here at the college. For example, in health and social care, you could be asked to describe the responsibilities of a carer at mealtimes. Or in esports, you may have to evaluate the practices used in different in-game skills, strategies and training across different genres of games. So, where can you find resources which can help you with your assignments or tasks? So, here at the main library at Newcastle College, you can find print resources, which are physical copies of books, periodicals or magazines in the main library. You are free to loan out some of these books, some for 7 days, some for 3 weeks, depending on the book. You can also find resources online, such as e-books, journals and periodicals. You can find these resources through our library catalogue and through Summon Search. You can also find resources online, such as websites and media. You can also see on the screen that we have shown you how you would reference this information. Harvard referencing is a popular reference style used for academic writing and assignments. Different resources require different types of referencing, but you'll generally include the author, date, title and publisher of a source. You can use the websites on the screen to create references for you and for some guidance. Once you have chosen a source, for example a book, you have to look at what the information is telling you or interpreting it. There are 3 different types of sources. Primary, which is raw data, such as collected from a questionnaire or interview. Secondary, which is information from a textbook. Or tertiary, which is information based on the research of others. Sources should be reputable and credible, which means they should come from a reliable source and based on fact. The question is, how do you know? How do you know which sources are okay to use? Before you use a source, you may want to check where the information has came from. Can it be trusted? You should look at the source's authenticity, authority, accuracy, objectivity, currency and coverage. So how do you know what sources are okay to use? You should consider the authority, which means who wrote the information, who is the author, or who is in charge of the website. Think of the accuracy. Is the information reliable? Is there bibliography? And is there links to other reliable sources? Objectivity. Is the information biased? Is the information factual and backed up with statistics? Currency. When is the date of the information was written? Or when the website was last updated? Is it truly the most up-to-date information on the topic? In coverage, what range of information is covered? Is the information on other topics also included? So next time you think about using a source, think about the CRAP test. Yes, you heard me right, the CRAP test. Looking at the currency, relevance, authority, accuracy and purpose of the source of information you are going to use. So next time you are considering a book, a journal article, a website, think about the CRAP test and think if it's truly the right resource for you. A big part of writing can be being critical, and this is sometimes a hard skill to learn. You should critique your sources to see if the information is truly worth using. Things to think about are, who is the intended audience? Who is the information for? What's the purpose of the information? Is it to inform people or persuade? Is it fact or opinion? Have other sources been used? And is the writing style easy to understand? Some sources of information are more credible or reliable than others. Information that has been peer reviewed, such as academic journals, or editorially reviewed, such as magazine articles, are often seen as more credible. Not all the information on the internet may be accurate, as these images show. Next is a video looking at Wikipedia and some do's and don'ts. Is Wikipedia a credible source of information? Would you use it, or have you already used it? Is there reasons for and against using it? Take a look at the activity on the board and at the arguments for and against using Wikipedia as a source of information or a reference. How did you get on with the activity? Do you think it's acceptable to use Wikipedia in your assignment as a source? There are some positives to using Wikipedia, as it often can be a good starting point to give you an idea what topic is about. It is also a free source of information, and will likely be some information on the topic you're looking for. But there is also a downside, as the information can be edited by anyone at any time for any reason. It may not be verified and therefore not be credible. Articles may be impartial or biased, and remember the authors of the articles do not have to have expertise in an area to publish information. A recent trend has been the development of fake news, which is stories or articles that are published that are not true. This could be to make people believe something that isn't true or exaggerate information that may have a little bit of truth to them. But why is this a problem? It's a problem because people can believe these untrue stories, and especially if they believe everything they read online. And fake news is a way of spreading misinformation or propaganda which can shape public opinion. Here are some examples of fake news and their headlines. These articles were published but were found to be later untrue. Do you recognise any of them? Were you led to believe these stories were true? Thank you for watching our presentation. We hope to see you in the library soon in a future Focus Week events.